Welcome to CivilizationX. A robot arm can weld all night within fractions of a millimeter. It still cannot handle most jobs the way a human does. The anomaly is simple. Machines dominate in structured cells, then struggle when the world becomes messy, variable, and social. That tension now reaches far beyond factories. The global stock of industrial robots hit 4.28 million in 2023, with 541,302 new installations that year alone. And the World Economic Forum says 22% of today's jobs will be disrupted by 2030. Researchers at OpenAI and the University of Pennsylvania mapped task exposure from large language models, while the International Federation of Robotics tracked physical deployment at scale. Together, they reveal a harder truth. Automation is moving into both factory aisles and office workflows. The real engineering question is not whether robots replace every worker. It is which task bundles can be sensed, modeled, executed, and integrated cheaply enough to change a job. A robot is not magic. It is a physical system that must sense the environment, build a usable model, plan an action, and execute safely at acceptable cost and uptime. That works best when inputs are repeatable, motion is constrained, and success is easy to measure. A car body in a welding cell fits that logic. A hospital room, a restaurant kitchen, or a cluttered home does not. This is why robots already dominate automotive plants, electronics assembly, and parts of warehousing, yet remain limited in general workplaces. Jobs are bundles, scanning barcodes, lifting totes, writing emails, calming customers, spotting damage, handling exceptions. Machines remove some blocks, not the whole stack. The OECD warns risk concentrates in codifiable, repetitive tasks, while social interaction, adaptability, and complex manual work remain harder to automate. Large language models extend that pressure into white-collar work. OpenAI and UPenn estimated about 80% of the US workforce could have at least 10% of tasks affected, and 19% could see at least 50% affected. McKinsey estimated generative AI could add $2.6 trillion to $4.4 trillion annually across 63 use cases. But most of that value depends on workflow redesign, not model capability alone. As Tina Alonu put it, most workers have jobs with a significant share of tasks exposed to LLMs. So no, robots are not replacing every job. Exposure is not elimination. The World Economic Forum projects 170 million new roles and 92 million displaced by 2030, a net gain of 78 million. But that is not comfort if your hours collapse first. Forecasts often measure technical potential, not adoption after liability, training, maintenance, regulation, and wage differences. Firms may capture the gains while workers absorb the volatility. Some complementary roles are growing fast. US software developer employment is projected up 17% from 2023 to 2033. Data scientists, 36%. But those paths are not automatic for an older warehouse worker, a clerical team, or a region built around one automating employer. Erik Brynjolfsson argues AI will redefine roles more often than erase them. That sounds reassuring until you remember what partial automation feels like on a Tuesday morning. Fewer hours, more monitoring, harder tasks. The open question is whether we can build systems and institutions reliable enough to automate work without making human lives more brittle. The constraint is real. The data exists. Whether the systems built around it can act on it at scale, that is the next engineering problem. Stay with CivilizationX.